Hello there, prayer partners. Bobby Bosler here. I just wanted to keep you all up to date on what's been happening here this year. It's been an exciting year in several ways. Obviously, I think you all know about coronavirus. You've probably heard about that, and I'm sure it probably has affected your life quite a bit, as it has affected ours too. And we had a full set of meetings scheduled here for this year, and then they ended up getting cut into in half. We found ourselves kind of stranded down in Texas for a while, but that turned into a blessing. These last 5 weeks have been very exciting. We have been largely in the Midwest. There have been 5 churches and pastors who have been willing to take a risk and to have our ministry come and do the Cola Clash. And I'm excited to tell you that the gospel still works, even in the midst of a pandemic. We did the Cola Clash up in Minnesota, kind of up in Lakeland up there, the city called Bacchus. We had over 70 young people come, and I'm not going to go through each specific week, but week after week this summer, whether it's Minnesota or 2 weeks in Wisconsin or a week in Ohio or a week in Pennsylvania, God has been working and people have been getting saved. In fact, we've had, in 5 weeks, 400 teenagers come out to the Cola Clash, and we have had over 80 trust Jesus Christ as their Savior. And to me, something that's even not even more exciting, but just as exciting, is we've started over the last couple of years doing an invitation on the final night to surrender. It's just an invitation. Hey, if you've been saved for a long time or you just got saved this week, how many of you would say that I want to do whatever Jesus wants me to do with my life, regardless of what it costs me? And we had this summer 180 young people stand to their feet in front of their peers and say, I want to surrender my life to Jesus Christ. And so even though there have been a lot of challenges this year, and there certainly have been challenges, I mean, losing that many meetings, it's going to hit you in a number of different ways. We tried to stay busy. We tried to continue to advance the gospel. We believe that God was honored. We believe that we delivered our souls in that way. But it's been good to be back in the saddle. Now coming up here this time in the year is somewhat of a transition time. I've got one more meeting this summer where I'll be doing a family feud in Michigan, where it's sort of a family style VBS where we're going to be hitting all the different age levels there. It's not so much evangelistic as it is to be a refreshment to the people of the church and an encouragement to them. But then we're going back home. We'll be back home for a while, kind of in and out. We've got a revival meeting second week of September. I'll be teaching netcasters solo this year. By the way, last year we had over 80 people trust Christ through the freshman class. And in addition to that, we'll be doing a bunch of other things. And I'm honestly just so excited with the potential here for this year. Do please be praying for us. We're trying to raise some more support for our branch of the Minutemen Ministries, trying to raise $500 in support more. And Lord willing, this October and November, while we're teaching classes based out of our home base in Wisconsin, we'd like to travel around to some churches and just really encourage folks with what God is doing through the war and the Cola Clash, but also trying to raise some more monthly support. We're aiming for $500 more of monthly support every month. Again, we'll take what God gives us. But could you pray with us about that? And if you're a pastor or if you're in the Midwest somewhere and you'd like to have us come in on a Sunday sometime in October or November to come and present the ministry, we would love to join with you there in that, show you what God's doing in the next generation. But then we'll be heading back out on the road. Lord willing, everything will be back to normal by January because the election will be over. And regardless of which way it goes. But just, I'm excited. I want you to know the gospel is the power of God unto salvation. The fields are white unto harvest. Even in the midst of a pandemic, we don't need to sit around and wait 4 more months. We need to go now and reach the world with the gospel of Jesus Christ. Thank you so much for your prayers. Please continue praying for us.